Very good evening, Motabai. Kem Cho. This time I'm going to be covering a very important research which is coming in the public domain, and thanks to the international media for making it sure it is coming. And I would like to cover this A plus B equals to C. Today is 18th November 2020. I have marked this as one of the historic dates in my life. You know why? Because today I understood the definition of a concept which differs in India and across the globe. So 18th November 2020 is a historic day in my life. And what is that concept? I have shot in my earlier videos, you can see. I started my Trichy career in 2007, and I was very fascinated when I started my Trichy career. I was like, I still remember I was around 22, 23 when I started my career, and I used to feel that the bankers are like, you know, Ved Vyasa. Ved Vyasa means the most intellectual person in the globe. And I started my Trichy career with this notion in 2007, and I used to, I would say, join all banking conferences, read a lot of research report. Even I do it today, to be honest. I read a lot of banking research report and all, and let me show you that Forbes. Even we read Forbes, and I'm going to be reading. I'm reading a lot. I read magazines, research reports, newspapers, journals, Bloomberg TV, thank you to the God, Reuters, and everything. Eventually, 2008, the financial crisis happened, and then I realized one of the important lessons in my life is that bankers are not Ved Vyasa, they are divided into two categories. And what are these two categories? Is number one, 0.001% are Ved Vyasa and rest are corrupt, scandalous, and they only work for money. Eventually in 2012 and 2013, yet another financial crisis happened in this world, which is known as sovereign debt crisis. And I learned yet another thing in my life, which is bankers are divided into, or should be divided into, three forms. One is Ved Vyasas, which is 0.00001%. Second is those who are corrupt, scandalous and all. And history is a witness that, Google is a witness that almost all big banks of the globe, they paid billions as a fine after 2008. Regarding manipulations of foreign exchange market, credit market, commodities market and whatnot. And the third category is the bankers, those who are idiots. They can speak anything. Even they can say 1 plus 1 equal to 22, and some can even say 1 plus 1 equal to 99. And from that time, 2012, 2013 onwards, my speaking career started across the globe, and I first spoke in India. And then onwards, I was like, 2016, I started my YouTube channel, and rest you all know the kind of content we put in public domain, which differentiated us. We challenged almost everybody, but people don't accept our challenge skills. Today, in fact, not today, from the last few days, there are two kind of news which are coming in the public domain. Now, first of all, before I speak, we need to acknowledge that US elections are not yet over. One of the states in US approved, very rare, I think that like I give you an example, Siachen. Siachen is considered as the most difficult post for any army of the globe. -50, -60, and whatnot kind of temperature. And hats off to Indian Army who lives there and protect the country. Hats off, guys. What would if you get a message that a soldier is doing his duty in Siachen in a t-shirt, and that too in December? Just a t-shirt, he's doing his duty. It looked like we are watching a Star War, that a soldier at one of the most, I would say, not inconvenient, but one of the most difficult positions, difficult locations in this planet, is doing his duty in a t-shirt. Similarly, one of the states in US approved Donald Trump plea that his team can watch the recounting of the ballots from a specific location. And I understand I'm not an expert in US law, I acknowledge that, but whatever articles I read and spoke to my team and to my bankers fraternity in US, they said that the chances of getting that judgment was very, very, very rare, Rahul. It's just like, so don't yet conclude that who won it. So standing on 18th November, it is very difficult to conclude that Donald Trump won or the Biden won. But statistically speaking, Biden is well ahead than Donald Trump. That we need to acknowledge. So statistically speaking and officially speaking, both are different meaning, at least now. Maybe in next 30 days, 45 days, or maybe by end of January, we are in a position to say that who is finally heading the White House. One of the important reasons why US dollar declined over the period of the time is definitely the current account deficit, definitely the trade deficit. And I think Donald Trump did a decent job while countering the China in that regards. Let it be honest, done a decent job. That's a different thing. It is up to the American nationals. They need to decide whether they agree to this or not, but at least I agree to this, to be honest. And of course, the huge national debt in the books of US. Forget imputed or implied guarantees. Because standing on 18th November 2020, I doubt that any big bank of the globe even know how much imputed and implied guarantees we have in the books of US government. And I'm sure that 99% of the people, those who are watching this video, they even do not know the meaning of imputed and implied guarantees, the difference between the two. So US chances of success is completely dependent on the trade deficit. It dependent on the unnecessarily cost US is incurring on the army, the huge defense expenditure, and most importantly, the national debt, which is growing like no words. But according to the latest research by Citigroup, the dollar is likely to begin a drop of as much as 20% in 2021 should COVID-19 vaccines become widely distributed and help to revive the global growth, according to Citigroup Inc. Vaccine distribution will check off all of our bear markets signpost, allowing the dollar to follow a similar path to that it saw from early 2000. When the currency started a multi-year downturn, Citigroup strategists said the Bloomberg Dollar Index came under pressure on Monday following news that Moderna Inc. vaccine was effective in a clinical trial. Hey guys, first of all, I would like to ask you one thing, that you are a banker, you should understand whether it's a Bloomberg Dollar Index or whether it is a US dollar index. Just look at the valuation methodologies of both, and you will get to know both are more or less obsolete index. While in terms of oscillation, I would say that the dollar index is more obsolete than the Bloomberg USD index. So guys, hang on. First of all, improve your knowledge that the index we are comparing is completely obsolete in nature. Like in an era of 2020, when the world is talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, Python, and all this thing, we are talking about manual bookkeeping. So kindly improve your knowledge. I understand some people by accident join banks and they get designation, but at least respect what do you mean by a banker. If you do not have respect of yourself, then at least respect a word called banker. Because two incidents, and by the way, these are not two, there are humongous incidents. The first of all is definitely when the World Bank himself acknowledged that the valuation methodology of doing business index is flawed for many countries. And now the British administration is acknowledging a fix to be done in the RPI index. And by the way, RPI index is used to price the bond, the rail fares, and also some kind of student loans. So we need to understand that we are living in a times when the big institutions are acknowledging the things to fix. And why are we forgetting the LIBOR reform? That's a separate thing that COVID-19 overshadowed the LIBOR reform and various other regulatory changes, but that doesn't mean that once COVID-19 is over, these things will not come back on the surface. They will definitely come back to surface, and regulatory institutions worldwide will definitely going ahead. So we need to understand that LIBOR is asked to phase out. And by the way, SOFR, CORA, Saron, and there are so many, total 9 risk-free reference rate there we have across the globe. So guys, improve. More importantly, the vaccine distribution has nothing to do with the dollar decline. Rather, it will improve US. How it will improve US? Because currently we all know what mess is happening in the US. Like every day, about 100,000 plus people are getting infected by this virus. 100,000 plus, which precisely means that in a month it is roughly more than 3 million people. When the vaccine become widely available, then this whole workforce will come into the picture. And when the workforce will come into the picture, then of course the output will grow. And once the output will grow, of course the GDP will grow. And once the GDP will grow, and it means that more jobs will come into the picture, and the jobless rate will fall, and more revenue to the government, and government will able to put this revenue back into the economy in the form of various schemes and whatnot, and this cycle would continue. I think this economics is not understood by the people, those who made this report, but they felt that everyone in this financial market is an idiot who will go to this report. Second thing which you do not know is a research which is there in the public domain. Yuan is now the most actively traded currencies in the world and should be included in top tier foreign exchange as China opens its capital market to the world. Time to think about the yuan like a G10 currency, HSBC. Do you need a screenshot? Shall I send you the screenshot? Shall I tell you on my Reuters that as we speak, yuan and CNH, offshore and onshore, both are trading around 6.54, which is lowest compared to 7.2 what it was when 7.2 few months ago, from 7.2 to 6.55. And I'm sure that many of you not took the position in the COMEX versus Treasury Consulting. I repeat for you, the yuan is now one of the most actively traded currencies in the world and should be included in the top tier of foreign exchange as China opens its capital market to the world, HSBC. Come on, guys. I really fail to understand that US dollar decline has nothing to do with the jobs, has nothing to do with the GDP, nothing to do with the workforce, nothing to do with the national debt, nothing to do with the trade deficit with other countries, nothing to do with the huge spending on the defense, nothing to do with I just assume the policies of the Biden administration compared to Trump, assuming Biden is coming, if I go statistically, nothing to do with the relationship with the Chinese yuan and the dollar. I'm not talking about the political relationship, I'm talking about the FX relationship, right? This thing has nothing to do, but the only thing dollar decline has to do is that when vaccine will come, then the dollar will decline. Absolutely stunning, guys. I'm really lucky that I have joined as a treasury person in my career. Had it not, I would be like other guys who would have completely believed that, hey, it is by Citibank, then it is right. And shall I tell you that what recently happened with Citibank, where you paid $400 million? Check on Google. And shall I tell you what was the price of Citibank in 2008? Come on, guys, you are bankers. Have some research. If you are saying that dollar will decline only because of vaccine, then also write that all these things which I'm saying have no relevance. National debt is not impacting the currency valuation. Trade deficit is not impacting the currency valuation. The policies of the president office is not impacting the currency valuation. The money which the big guys like Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and all these big guys are earning is not impacting the currency valuation. The only thing that impacts the currency valuation is the vaccine. And more importantly, we are quoting the indexes who are themselves obsolete in nature. How long we need to appreciate the fact that the World Bank doing business ranking and UK RPI, and God knows who is next. You know, I have told this many times, and I repeat this time. In 2007, I used to read newspaper that what is coming as a source of knowledge. And now I'm reading newspaper what is coming as a source of leaking knowledge. And I always regret that, guys, what about these young guns, not India, across the globe, who are doing CFA, Certified Financial Analyst, CPA, FRM, various such degrees, and they are relying on these newspapers and these banks who are putting research like anything. 1 plus 1 is 99. Citibank said that, now prove it. Absolutely stunning, guys. But remember that Treasury Consulting is heading as a bank, and Treasury Consulting competence is way beyond even any central bank of the globe. Way beyond. That is. So next time, before you publish any such report, remember that at least there is one company who is reading more than 2 business newspapers in a day, magazines, journals, Reuters, Bloomberg, and all. That's more important, guys. We should have a respect to the world, what is called bank. That's very important. In case you wanted to test the knowledge, then Treasury Consulting challenge you. Let's come online and have one-to-one as far as the FX is concerned. And that would be live on YouTube so that the world will see who knows better in FX, whether Citibank or Treasury Consulting. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818-485-155. I always regret when I feel that millions and millions of young guns, those who study in the different business schools, universities, colleges, different degrees, they read such kind of reports and even they do not know what they are reading. It is like putting a water in a jug, and the person who is putting the water do not know that there is a big hole at the below of the jug or the container, and that container is leaking water. He's continuously pushing the water from the top. He's continuously putting the water from the top, and from the below it is leaking. And this young gun is failed to understand why the container is not up to the mark. And this is exactly what is happening in this world. But we are a little different. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting, and Treasury Consulting is ready to challenge any bank, anytime, central bank, anytime. We know our competence. Have a good time. Citibank.